Welcome, Climate Viewers. This is Jim Lee from ClimateViewer News at ClimateViewer.com with my trusty sidekick, Emma, here. And welcome to 2022. I hope our buffering issues have cleared up since the last attempted broadcast. Thank you guys for supporting me all through the past decade, especially 2021. It's been a trying 2 years. I hope not to hear the C word this year, and maybe it's going to be, I think it's going to be a better year for everybody. Lots of new changes coming to the channel, lots of new changes coming to the websites, and I hope that you guys can really dig some of these new changes. So let's get right into them. If you're watching this anywhere else, if you're watching this on BitChute or Odyssey or anywhere else somebody's downloaded it, re-uploaded it, please come over to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, smash the bell button, and gently smush the like button on the videos. And of course, you can always support me on Patreon, PayPal, or GoFundMe. More on that in just a second. So I had to go and update my link tree because obviously my link tree got deleted. And despite me telling my sidekick not to spin in the chair, she just cannot help herself. So try to avoid the distractions. And here we go. So this is the new connect.climateviewer.com. I made this to replace my link tree so that everybody could basically have a one-stop link location for all of the content. Now you will sit your butt right here. You said you were gonna. She said, Daddy, I promise, I'm gonna be so good. Sit up now. Now you sit up. Like that. Nobody wants to see your feet. Nobody wants to see your feet. Nobody. Nobody. You said silly. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Just trouble. And now you guys know my pain. So on connect.climateviewer.com, you can see my 3 websites and ways to support me, links directly to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the GoFundMe, and the brand new merch shop. What you asked for it, I made it. It's finally here. And I hope that you guys disappeared. She's not even there. And then my other video channels, YouTube, Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble. We're gonna talk a little bit about Rumble at the end of this video. You tell me what you think. And then the Discord chat, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, I do want to know from you guys, what's your opinion on Gab, Telegram? What other social medias should I join? Those are the 2 I'd consider joining to try to share these videos out without the censorship from Twitter and Facebook. You will not do that. You will sit up and act like a lady. That is expected. Do you understand? If I see your hiney one more time, that will be all. Yes, sir? Thank you. So you guys asked for the merch shop. Here's the merch shop. It is finally available at climateviewer.creatorspring.com. And specifically, people ask, I love my new posters. I'm going to be getting samples of these pretty soon. I'm already on Odyssey. I'm already on BitChute, and I put some of my videos up on Rumble. I haven't updated them lately, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The Discord works. If you guys haven't joined Discord, it's chat. It's pretty. So we're gonna have men's t-shirts, women's t-shirts, zip-up hoodie, and a pullover. I do want to do sleeve prints on some of these, so that's going to be coming in the near future. along with weathermodificationhistory.com versions of all of the above. And of course, when you click on these, you can see you can come over here and choose your size. WMH logo on the front, big logo on the back. So you can show it off to all your friends and tell them, hey man, you don't know jack about this, just point at your back and send them on their way. But choose your size, choose your color, rock that thing boldly. I would greatly appreciate anybody who supports me through the merch shop. Of course, all of the proceeds go to helping me continue to make this content and make it, better. So this is the new poster, which is very similar to what we got here on the cover image, except it's in full poster size. Absolutely beautiful work. Thanks to my friend Dominic Marama for being such a Photoshop boss and helping me out with this as well. But as you can see right here, what? You can't be serious for 5 seconds. You never will be serious, will you? Will you? So the poster is pretty beautiful, and what it does is it combines all of the different topics. We've got the nuclear wet surface air coolers with the cell phone towers, with the NSA spy bubbles, with the pollution coming out of there, the farmers who are affected, the floods coming down, the water turns from the funky nuclear green to blue, with the traffic and the chemtrails, and it's just a freaking awesome freaking poster. So check out the merch shop and tell me what you think about that. In addition, I have updated all of the Patreon. So what I can say about this is before, I really didn't have, a lot that I could really offer, and I wanted to change all of this up. So of course, I'm going to keep the $2 patrons, it's for Patreon only content. And what I expect in the new year is more things like what you're seeing here. Why don't you bring him over here? Bring him over here. Give me that thing. Give me that little guy. No, like this. Hold him like Prince. And more of our family content, which will be Patreon only videos. So if you want to see a little bit more of the inside workings of, you take care of him. If you want to see a little bit more of the inside workings of the Lee family, the Lee tribe, and what goes on around here, sign up for Patreon, because there's going to be some Patreon only videos that I know he is dangerous. Dangerous. Cats are dangerous. So that's it for the $2 category. Patreon only content. Now, when I'm talking, you are going to sit there and do what you do best, and that's look beautiful and make silly faces, obviously. Lay down the law. I'm the law. And you're a lawbreaker. So back to this. So over here, the $10 category, if you come in at $10 a month, there's fan requests added to that. Let me blow this up so everybody can see it at home. Fan requests, have your questions answered or request topics for new videos. Plus you get 5% off of any of the merchandise. When you sign up, you will get a message from me on Patreon that has the code. So you get a 5% discount. Plus all previous rewards, you get the Patreon only content. At the $20 a month, I updated that to now include the fan request, a 10% off merchandise code. So you get 10% off all merch and a shout out. As people sign up, I will shout out your name. Thank you very much on my videos. And that's going to be a new thing. If you want to remain anonymous, just hit me up with a message on Patreon, and I'll make sure that happens. And for the extremely benevolent ones, so far there's 2, and I greatly appreciate both of them. if you do decide and you are able to come in at the $50 a month category, you can expect all of the above, the 10% off, the fan requests and all that. But in addition, a phone call directly from me. We can talk about whatever you like. You know, whether it's you want questions answered, you want some personal tutorials on anything, or if you just want to shoot the shit, I'm cool with it. But that's, you know, obviously I expect that to be a rarity. Most people can't afford something like that. But if you do, I will call you in person and tell you thank you very much. And then we can talk about whatever you like. So I have updated the Patreon. If you are at the $2, you know, category and you feel like moving up, I would greatly appreciate that. Currently I'm only averaging about $300 to $500 per month doing this, and this is my sole source of income at the moment. So anybody who's willing to sign up, greatly appreciated. Another way that you could possibly help out and help yourself is I now have a legitimate ExpressVPN affiliate. And that is at expressvpn.com/ClimateViewer. For those who don't know, I've been using ExpressVPN for a very long time. ExpressVPN, the app looks like this. It's very simple. You click one button, you're now protected. What this does, for those who aren't familiar, you probably heard commercials for ExpressVPN everywhere. The difference is I've been using ExpressVPN since they began. ExpressVPN is so secure. It was banned from the Apple and iPhone or Android markets in China because the Chinese government couldn't spy on their citizens. It is banned from any U.S. military site because if you go to dtic.mil and you got your VPN on, they can't tell who you are. Your internet service provider is required by law, the CALIA law, Communication Assistance for Law Enforcement Act, to record every single thing you do while you're on the internet. So they have to keep at a minimum 90 days of your internet activity recorded, available for law enforcement at any time. And give that over to whoever requests it. The only way to circumvent all this is to securely encrypt your internet connection, and ExpressVPN does that. And that's why I use it. That's why I suggest you use it. If you do decide to use it and you use my code, go to expressvpn.com/ClimateViewer. You will get 3 free months on you know, when you purchase it, which is a pretty great deal. And, you know, you can secure up to 5 devices with that as well. It's pretty awesome. And, you know, this is me on ExpressVPN, still pulling a 39 millisecond ping, 232 megabit per second down, and 18 megabit per second. And right now I'm rated at 250 and 20 megabit per second. I'm about to get my gigabit internet fiber. Can't wait. But regardless, while I'm on a VPN, my internet is as fast as when I'm not. And that is something you cannot say about any other VPN provider on the planet. And, you know, you can't, if you don't want it just for, you know, the good, you know, obvious reasons to secure your internet privacy so people can't steal your password, so that people can't spy on your internet activity. You can also use it just to like go to Netflix or go to Amazon and cheat the system, and pretend you're in a different country. And then suddenly Netflix is offering you all these films that you're not allowed to watch in the United States, or vice versa. So there's many reasons to do that. Check that thing out. Which brings me back to the Rumble thing. I kind of touched on this at the beginning. You tell me what you think, but Rumble threatens to sue Odyssey over tweet claiming it uses bots to inflate views user count. Now, there's a little bit more to this story than just the title obviously makes, because it gets really weird. So apparently, Odyssey, which you can see here, I'll go to my Odyssey page real quick. We'll just bring that up. So this is my Odyssey page. And as you can see, I got 160 followers over there already, growing pretty quickly. I like the interface on Odyssey. Runs really fast. It's very smooth. All of my videos are automatically mirrored from YouTube over to there and on BitChute. So if you go to my BitChute as well, all of my videos are automatically mirrored over to BitChute. Love it. No work on my part, makes it easy for me to do. Somebody saying Odyssey sus AF. Well, you know, you may think that, but here's my thing. Rumble sus AF. So did you know that Odyssey and BitChute are based in America, while Rumble is actually based in Canada? And Rumble, the day that Donald Trump joined Rumble, changed its terms of services to include hate speech and other things like that. And as a result, now Rumble has the same kind of vague user policies that YouTube does, that basically can give them any reason to delete your videos or delete your content. So what do you think about that? So basically, Odyssey called Rumble out for using bots to inflate their traffic numbers, and you know, they didn't like it, so Rumble is threatening to sue us over a tweet. Go ahead, show everyone who you really are. And then they literally put the threat from the lawsuit right there. Internet sus AF. So true. So true, Mark Smith. That's priceless. Internet so sus. Always has been, always will be. So I'm kind of torn over this. Yeah, Rumble's going to NASDAQ. They've got it at the top of their page. So if you come over here and you look at Rumble, it says right here, breaking, Rumble to combine with NASDAQ listed CFVI. So yeah, they're about to be publicly traded. Yes, the day that Donald Trump joined their platform, they changed their terms of service agreement to include hate speech. They now sound and look and smell just like YouTube. Which really puts a stank in my mouth. So I let me know in the comments. Smash or pass. Should I destroy and delete this Rumble, or should I continue to upload videos to it? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Take a vote. I'm leaning towards pass. I'm leaning towards burn it down. But you let me know what you think. I'll make that decision in the near future. So I did the last video I did extremely well. December tornadoes linked to weather control. It's almost 11,000 views on that bad boy. And I figured I would answer a question, because I got a really good one. So I wanted to kind of focus in on this question right here, and it's from Project the Truth. Thank you, Jim. 2 questions. Do you know how many units were operating per day over those 7 days in December to produce that 859 hours of operation value? Did they run 120 units for an hour per day, or 60 units for 2 hours, or what? Also, do you know a site that tracks weather modification activities in the mountainous regions of the world? So, for those who don't know what he's talking about here, in this video, what I talked about specifically was how weather modification activities on the West Coast were linked to basically the tornadic, cyclonic, bad freaking weather on the East Coast. And specifically, we were talking about the Utah and Nevada area. The interesting thing about this is, if you actually go to the cloud seeding map here that I had, and you can see the Utah thing here, And this is exactly what we're talking about. Here's in Utah. These are all the cloud seeding generators, okay, that I don't have currently on my map, but whatevs. They will be soon. So here's Nevada, here's Colorado, and all of that. Right here. Now, he asked in the question, we'll go back to it. Are there any websites that track weather modification activity in mountainous regions around the world? The answer, quite simply, is no. And that is why I have proposed the Environmental Modification Accountability Act. Because to this day, the only thing that is basically, required by law, at least in the United States, is the Weather Modification Reporting Act of 1972. That act requires that individuals fill out this form, which is called NOAA Form 17-4. And you can see that right up here, NOAA Form 17-4. Initial report on weather modification activities. You say affiliation, North American Weather Consultants. This is who's doing the weather modification. And over here, sponsor, who's paying for it, Utah Water Resources Development Corporation. Phone numbers, addresses, names, David Yorty, Bryce Jackson. This is the form you have to fill out in order to modify the weather in America. And you have to report this to NOAA. It is required by law. Several laws, but most, Public Law 205, 92nd Congress, and which is the Weather Modification Reporting Act of 1972. That being said, these reports aren't even up to date. Like when I go to the actual website, when I actually go into their FTP server, it was last updated June of 2021, and it hasn't been updated since. So even though there is a law that requires them to report, it's not constantly updated. And as you can see here, and I'm gonna have to go to archive.org for this, the closest thing I've been able to find to it, is this even going to load? Yes, it's loading. As far as like real-time monitoring, at one time on the U.S. Department of Agriculture.gov, there was this map, okay? Colorado cloud seeding status current as of January 14th, 2019. And it would actually show seed with caution, do not seed, data not available. So that was, this would be updated daily, okay? And so at least in Colorado, I could look at this and I could say, well, right here, this one seeding, platform is red. So that's a do not seed. Everybody else is green, and then the gray ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 10 in total, 12, 15 at the most, says data not available, and all of the rest are green. So they were operational on that day in January. So this gives you an idea of how many cloud seeding generators were operating on January 14th, 2019. There is no website. There are no government requirements to explain on a daily basis, hour by hour, minute by minute, when people are running these generators in the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, the west coast of America. There certainly isn't any requirement or website worldwide for this sort of thing. So that means that basically, and I've stated this time and time again, especially on weathermodificationhistory.com, those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. There is no requirement or transparency at all in the world of weather modification, despite over 100 years of men trying to control the weather. This is as good as it's ever gotten right here. And by the way, that is now deleted. So if you actually go to the original link, boom, not found. And I, of course, archive.org that. I've been back to the FTP site that I originally pulled this on. I can no longer find this PDF that was updated daily. Is creating snow for a ski hill weather modification? Yes, that is. In fact, Alta Ski Resort, it makes several weather modification reports. You can see those as well. So do we know how many units were operating during this time? No, we don't, because it's not required. They don't tell it. They're not going to, and that's just the way it is, unfortunately. And I want to see that change. That's why I've suggested, with the Environmental Modification Accountability Act, that we do require people to at least 48 hours in advance, notify on a live public map that you're going to be modifying the weather. That while you're in operation, that map is showing you're currently operating weather modification activity here, and that it is recorded for posterity, so that in these cases, like we had with the December tornadoes, we know for certain how many of these cloud seeding generators were operational, how much chemicals they were burning, how much did they add to the weather patterns that were mixing with that warm Gulf air that could have potentially, exacerbated the storm conditions. That I think that this is the most important thing that we can demand to see a change in the world of weather modification and geoengineering, is that we really come together with one voice and say, enough secrecy. Being able to stop these people from screwing with the weather, I don't think that that's, ever going to happen, because there's so much money involved. There's so much riding on the line. There's so little water in the West. And I'm just talking about America here. This is a worldwide problem. And I've barely been able to scratch the surface of other places in the world, because I've got so many things going on at once. That's why it's so important that you guys continue to support my work. I have so much in the works right now that I need. Right now, I want to be taking, this map right here. Where was it? The other map, which I just closed. Screw it. That Utah map. I want to get those cloud seeding generators on my map of cloud seeding generators in America, and hopefully, let me know in the comments if you know of any material that shows where cloud seeding operations or cloud seeding reports, weather modification reports from around the world. Send them to me, jim@climateviewer.com. Just go to the link in the comments, in the details, and hit me up on any one of my websites. I would love to know, because my big goal here is to archive all of this information. In 2022, I intend to redo ClimateViewer.com, move ClimateViewer.org over to maps.climateviewer.com, make sure all of this information is updated, and then take that information and go lobby Congress people, state legislatures, and possibly make, if God willing, an appearance at the United Nations, so I can give them the tongue lashing of the century about their BS climate change narrative, while not addressing any of the weather modification, geoengineering activities going on worldwide. And with your support, I'll be able to make that happen. So please continue to support my work. Go to connect.climateviewer.com. Maybe there's something there you've never seen before. Some people think that, all I have is one website. Some people have never even seen the maps. But, that's totally up to you. And for all of those that have supported me over the years, I really want to say a very special thank you. Like I said, we're right now we're operating off about $500 a month, and this is my sole source of income, and that's mighty tight. I think anybody could recognize that. So any donations, any support through your Patreon or the merch shop would be greatly appreciated. And I'm going to turn that right back around, and whatever doesn't go straight to bills goes straight back to climateviewer.com and making this thing grow. I do have dreams of owning a studio. I already have a trailer waiting to go. But by trailer, I mean mobile home, which I'd like to renovate and turn into a studio, so that I can actually do this without having to do it in the middle of the night while my children are asleep, or be on podcasts and worry about, you know, kids screaming bloody murder in the background. But that being said, you know, we all have our dreams, don't we? I think that 2022 is going to be freaking awesome, and I look forward to making more content. I'm going to be making a podcast this year. So hold me to it. Keep me accountable. Keep me honest. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Let me know where I should go. I'm thinking about Telegram and Gab. Should I dump the Rumble? What should I do? Let me know. And if you enjoyed this video and my now vacant sidekick, please gently smush that like button and subscribe if you have not. Everybody have a wonderful year. And remember, especially as bad as people are getting, as polarized as people are getting, as tribal as people are getting, attack ideas, not people. For reals. It's going to be epic.